All right, good morning, y'all. You know what this is. This is Sorry Not Sorry. And you know this segment, I know we explain it to you guys, but we just keep refreshing your memory. And I know you know what a
Yes.
Sorry Not Sorry is because y'all got at least one this one. So, Claire, what's your Sorry Not Sorry?
So my sorry, not sorry this week is not huge, but I just took some time out for myself.
Okay.
Like I just walked out of the house because I was getting to that place where you're like
Or it was going to be
seeing,
dangerous if you stayed in the house?
yes. And you know what? I grabbed a book and I went out in my backyard. So I was still social distancing, y'all, but I needed to also social distance from my people.
Sometimes
So
that's necessary.
just
You
did,
can't be
and it
around
was
them
good.
all the time.
It was good. I just sat outside, looked out the stars, and believe it or not, it was raining. So that's how here I was. I sat outside with the umbrella in my lawn chair and my book.
No.
Yes, I did.
I
I
just
needed it.
I just got a visual right now. It's cracking me up. Oh my God. She
How about
said,
you,
she said,
Keon?
she said,
Yep, I was.
oh my goodness. Gosh, you know what? I'm thinking my sorry, not sorry is, sometimes you just don't even have the strength in you to think about like food.
Oh, girl.
Like, what are we eating? Like, that's the
Especially right
question.
now. Three
I think,
meals a day with these people.
girl, I get that question a lot. A lot. Specifically from one person in my home who just
Mm-mm, don't
cannot, one
don't name
person.
them. Don't name them.
I'm not, but ask me 50 times today what we eating, and I'm like, you better go find something. So I just kind of been like, I am not the cook, the chef.
Right.
This is not a short order restaurant. I'm
Thank
not going to be in
you.
there all day long whipping stuff
That
up.
part.
So figure it out or you don't eat. That's what
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Oh,
Like
those
lunch, don't
choices.
come to me at lunchtime talking about what's for lunch. What did you find? I don't know. What did you find?
Exactly. Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry, y'all. Okay.
Hey, UI mamas, welcome back from that commercial break.
Welcome back, ladies.
Listen, we're so glad you joined us. We know
Yes.
it's kind of a crazy time, and we're going to share our crazy with you.
Because we know everybody's going through it. So
No.
we are not
So
going to try
this
and pretend
week,
like it's not happening.
exactly. This week, we are going to talk about being the mommy referee during this COVID-19 situation.
Because
Ladies,
tensions are high.
I need a
Okay.
whole striped shirt and a whistle.
Ooh, that would be so much fun.
Right? And just be like,
It says
foul on
mom,
the play.
referee,
Exactly. Like, no. Yeah.
timeout,
Exactly.
penalty box.
Ridiculous expectations. Take 10 minutes in the penalty box.
That would be so cool if I had one of those shirts. I was thinking about that this morning when I was getting ready because we had already picked our topic. And I was like,
Right.
oh, wouldn't it be cool if I had a striped shirt, like a referee shirt? That would be kind of cool.
That would be cool. I
don't
guess we
own
could have
any of
made
those.
some stripes or something.
I don't own any of those. But it's hard because tensions are high. You're cooped up in the house with the same people
Yes.
day in and day out, which we've never had anything like that before.
Right. Normally our kids get a little bit of a break at school or at practice or at least at
we
church.
get a break too. Well, that's
right
not happening right now. So tensions are high. People are kind of bickering at each other's throats.
It's just like that is driving me crazy.
It is. So what do we do?
I'm about to get a get along shirt. Have you seen that where the lady has an extra large shirt
and
the
they
kids
both have to
be
get in the shirt?
Yes.
That would be interesting. That would be interesting.
I know. What I have been doing is just helping them, remind them of how they sound. So, I mean, one thing I have been talking to my kids about a lot is their tone. Because it's just so easy when you just feel a little some kind of way to just say something that you are not necessarily perceiving to be rude, but just throw it over your shoulder because I'm tired of you. Like, come on, guys. Like, we have to work hard to make an extra special effort. And I've been talking to them about this. Here's the thing. If you have teenagers, what I have been using is, when this is over, you very well might be interested in having a boyfriend or girlfriend. So the way that you communicate now when you're tired and cranky is going to develop a habit.
Yeah.
And do you really want to communicate with the love of your life like
That
that?
way.
Exactly. So
Ain't gonna be
I've
the
been
love of your life for long.
right.
I mean, even we have to catch ourselves, right? Because I know
Oh, totally.
I sometimes have to catch myself where I will use a specific tone, and my husband will be like, "Really?"
Like, oh,
I'm like, "Well, I didn't really mean it that way. I'm so sorry." It's
sorry.
crazy because you want them to be nice to each other, and of course, it's
Yes.
never going to be like, I don't know. They're not going to be chummy all the time.
I know, but can they,
But
like, how about 75% of the time?
But they're arguing over crap that you're like, really? Why are we arguing about that?
Right? I mean, I feel like it's just social graces. And I've been trying in my infinite patience to also demonstrate, utilizing more please or thank you. And then like just trying to have them hear how they sound.
Right. Just
And then
recognize.
I know. And my kids absolutely hate this exercise, but I do it all the time. I call it rewind. And I have them try it again. Like, no, back up, rewind. Okay, now you interact. Like just to try to help them think, how are you responding? And I know both of them like, Mom, don't make us rewind. No, we're rewinding. We are rewinding because you need to try it again. I know you could do it better than that.
Well,
and then
but that's a good idea because it makes them have to think about what they said.
Yes. And then sometimes I'll have them rewind it in different ways. Okay, now rewind it like a crazy villain. How would a villain say it? Right. And it helps them just kind of think through like the different ways you interacted as you passed your sister in the hallway. Like, why did it have to be all of the things? And keep your hands to yourself. Why we got to bump into each other? Like,
oh my gosh, that's my youngest and my oldest. The youngest likes to do that with his brother, like just walk up on him and just whack him on the back or whack him and then run away. And
yeah, your older one is a whole grown man.
And he don't always get him back right away, but it happens when you least expect it.
Madness. Or you know what else is driving me bunkers is like being the referee of the snacks.
That is one of the hardest jobs. I don't care what anybody says. That is one of the hardest.
Especially right now.
Because it's not that I'm being the referee of the snacks. I feel like I am being the food police.
I know.
It's like, wait, what are you doing? No. Put that down.
No, why are you?
Yeah,
exactly.
Try something else.
Yeah.
Try something else.
That doesn't look like a fruit or a vegetable.
It
doesn't look like.
Or walking into the pantry.
Oh.
Here's a good one for you. Picking up a box of something. And the box is empty. Now, why did we decide we was going to take the last of an item and then leave the empty box?
Right, because it's not like you're in a hurry anymore. You weren't grabbing a snack and running out the house to go to practice.
No.
You were still in the house.
So I had to have the conversation of, did you eat the last of the gummy snacks? No. Why did you leave an empty box in the pantry?
Right.
And it was this.
Oh, I don't know.
You knew you did it.
Exactly.
That drives me crazy. That, and why do we feel like we got to eat everything the minute it hits the door?
Right. Like, listen, we are in a quarantine situation. I tell my kids this all the time. Every single time mommy comes back, it might be that we cannot leave this house for another 14 days.
And you don't even know, right? And that's why you plan these things. I literally had groceries delivered last night. I did Instacart.
Right.
From Smart and Final. First of all, I didn't even know when we were going to get the order. It was one of those things where they were like, oh, you might get it today. You might get it.
You're going to get it when you get it, lady.
The window was like between now and Tuesday. And
I know. Instacart is the plumber now.
I was like, well, right? Or the delivery, or your appliance delivery. I was like, well, there's some of that stuff I need to do my Easter dinner. Or we're going to have to really get creative with this Easter dinner. Well, luckily, my stuff got delivered last night between like 8:30 and 9. Why I bring everything in the house? People start coming out the woodworks.
Yeah, no, go back. Go back to where you were. You were fine.
Food came.
No, not your food. Not today's food. How about that?
I was like, look at y'all, we are not going to eat everything the minute. Because I bought a lot of stuff, okay?
Right.
Because you're like you said, you don't know when we're going to get that one order that's like, look at, it's
Yep.
completely locked down for the next 2 weeks. You can't even get food delivered. That
Exactly.
kind of
Like, just
lockdown.
keep yourself with yourself.
What if that happens and we don't
Right.
ate everything? We're going to be looking at each other like, you looking like a ham today. I mean, come on.
Remember those cartoons when you were a kid and they were like deserted on the desert island and they
somebody
started
would turn
looking
to
like
a chicken. Girl, and we save in like the really serious stuff in case they really go crazy, right? So like your 25-pound bag of beans and a
right.
50-pound bag of rice.
Even
Like
rice.
if it comes down
Yes.
to it, we're gonna be ricing and beaning.
I hear you. Us too,
creative.
girl. I got like 4 different kind of beans.
Right
what
now,
beans you want today?
We're fortunate enough to be able to get stuff delivered, and
Right,
get
to
some
go
of that,
out once a
get
week.
some of that stuff that's like, okay, we like to have the snacks. So I got like 3 tubs of ice cream. I got ice cream sandwiches.
Oh, girl, you was doing the yumminess.
I got the creamsicles. I got some bags of chips. I got, I try to make sure there's a variety. I got granola bars. I got gummy snacks.
Right, but then the kids start claiming stuff like, don't touch the special thingamajig.
Can nobody give that order but me?
Right.
That's my order. I'm like, you can't tell people what they can and cannot eat. That's my job. I am the food police. When I say don't have another red vine, it's don't have another red vine. If you hungry, don't tell me you hungry and then you gonna snatch up a hand of 5 red vines. That ain't food.
Yeah, you ain't hungry. You snacky.
Or when you say you're hungry and I say, well, there's some Hot Pockets. Oh, I don't want that. Oh. Peanut butter and jelly. I don't eat peanut butter and jelly.
Well, you don't eat them.
There's this, there's that. I don't want that. Oh, so thing is not, you don't want that stuff. You want something else. Hungry people will eat what's there. That's what I have to say.
You just want a flavor in your mouth. That's what you want. Girl, go get a piece of gum.
Yeah, the food referee job is not fun. I don't like that.
It's not. Oh my goodness. Like between trying to make sure that you have enough, between trying to make sure your child doesn't suddenly now have a pre-existing condition because they done eaten up a ridiculous amount. Like we're not going to gain diabetes and cholesterol because we in the house.
Girl, some people are though. This is ridiculous.
Like, listen, you are a healthy kid. You're going to stay a healthy kid.
Right?
It's crazy. I know. I hope somebody gives us the answer for that one, because that one I don't have the answer for. I just been trying. Literally, I'm telling you, my kids have the lunchbox at the beginning of the day. We don't do it on the weekends, but during the week they have breakfast, they have their lunchbox, and that's the kitchen is closed. Don't.
She said, and it was interesting last week because my husband worked from home. So there's 5 of us here all day long, Yes. And so there were some mornings I would cook like a little breakfast or make like a pot of oatmeal and be like, okay, there's oatmeal for breakfast, but it is something about being at home all day, girl. You like,
just snacky.
You'd be like, okay, what time is it? It's time for second breakfast. What we having?
I know we're turning into hobbits. We all are. First breakfast, second breakfast, 11sies.
It's nuts. It's nuts. So we tried to change it up this week, and we did order dinner in Friday night and did movies.
That's nice.
It was disappointing. The food was a little disappointing, but it was nice hanging with the family. Yeah.
Well, you supported a local business.
Not a fan of eating their food outside of the restaurant, and let's just say that.
Oh, well, there you go. Somebody still has a job, though.
Yay, I know. Yes. There you go.
I know. Well, and then there's like, for me, I feel like there's a whole nother level of like the argument with the kids.
Right.
Like when it's like more than just about space. Because I think sometimes they just are tired of being in each other's space. And I get that. Like the perimeter of the house is the perimeter of the house. There's nothing I can do. I can't suddenly just decide to add on a wing. Because listen, if I could add on a wing right now, I would add on 3 wings. We would each get our own wing.
She's all there'd be some social distancing.
I would put some construction worker to business. Like, listen, you social distance your construction over there. We'll be in this side while you over there building. And then when you're finished building, I will sanitize and then I will send them.
Right.
That would be lovely to be a winged house.
Because you're just in everybody's space so much right now. So it does get to the point where you're like,
I just
I
need,
just want my own space to have a
yes,
thought.
I know. Well, it's so crazy because I normally do work from home in general, but so,
Everybody's gone.
my boss is acting like, oh, it's not a big deal. Yes, but normally I work at home
When
with
everybody
no
else is
people,
gone.
by myself.
Yes.
And it
And
is
your
like
new
an office.
coworkers are not.
Listen, if I could go to the office, I would go to the office because
Right?
no,
And no,
no,
that's the thing too. I think people think, oh, but for me, you're in real estate, so working from home, don't you always? Well, I was working from home like before, and then I made the change where I was going to the office more because I felt more productive,
yes,
And because if you're home, you look around and you're like, oh, I probably should clean the kitchen or put laundry in, and at work you don't have that option.
right.
So I was going to the office more, and then when they shut the office down, it was like, okay, I guess I'm working from home, which it's not like I've never done before. But now you
Right.
have all these new coworkers around.
I know the coworkers make it a whole different situation, especially when you also have to educate the coworkers. Wait a minute.
Or when your coworker come to you and you're like, you see me doing something right now? Don't bother me. I'm doing
Yeah.
something.
Like literally you're on a Zoom and somebody's like, hey, like,
And you doing the look like the pointing.
the pointing in the crazy face, and your coworkers are like, why are you making a crazy face? Are
Is
you
she
having
okay?
a stroke? No, I'm trying to discipline my children. I'm so sorry. Let me
Oh,
just,
there was a bee.
yeah, exactly. Let me just, I sometimes have to just be like, hold, please.
No, that's when you change your picture on your monitor. You know when you put
Yo,
your
oh yeah, you
stop
switched your
videoing
picture because you don't want anybody to have evidence. You just clean your
and
children.
you mute your mic so you can have that conversation of, do you see me doing something right now?
Exactly.
Why are
You
you
got
bothering
3
me?
seconds to get, yeah, that's when
I
you
don't
make
even
that
want to
face.
come back to me later.
Exactly.
I
I
don't like
know.
having to referee those. And some
I
of that
know.
bickering is just because they're just tired of being in the same
In
space.
each other's space. Totally. And so it's like sometimes I've been having my kids we've been doing the reading hour. And so I actually make them each do their reading hour in their own room.
Mm-hmm.
So they can just experience quiet, their own space, just,
Well, it's
and we're
funny because
blessed that
you
they
and I
have their
have
own
been
room.
talking before and they were doing something and you said, well, why do you have to be right next to him?
That's what I don't understand, right? They're totally and completely. I don't want to, then you look up and they're literally on top of each other. And you're like, you literally just complained about this person that
Right.
you say is driving you bonkers. There is a whole couch and your little tail. Listen, my little people are teenagers, but they don't take up the whole couch. Like we literally
have a sectional, right? That's like me. We have the same thing. And then I'll hear my oldest and my youngest in the living room. And my oldest will have already been out there. The youngest will come in and then I'll hear this. Why are you so close to me? Can't you sit over there? Look at all the pillows that are open. And I'm like, why do you have to sit right next to him? Your cheeks don't have to touch.
Right?
Like you can move.
Space. It's so crazy, right? They're driving each other crazy. Here's the craziest part, right? So they're driving each other crazy. You finally lose it. And you say, don't touch each other. You go over there, right? You're solving the situation. Then suddenly everybody's feelings are hurt. But mommy, I really just wanted to be next to my... If you can manage.
So now you look like the crazy person.
Right. No, you guys have been complaining about touching each other all day. So now I make a rule that you guys must stay at the farthest ends that our house could possibly hold. And now everybody's sad and mad at me.
Because you not separated everybody. Look at you being a meanie.
I don't understand it. Like
segregating folks to other ends of the home.
Exactly.
How dare you?
Putting up like sisters only water and brothers only water.
They're like, she's lost it for sure.
No, she's
gone quarantine cuckoo, y'all.
They are the ones. Like literally, stop arguing.
Well, I've gotten to the point too where I will not even referee. Like they'll be bickering and someone will come to me and say, well, mom, da 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 da, and I just sit here like this. Mm-hmm. And that drives them crazy. Like, well, aren't you going to say something? No, I'm going to let y'all figure this one out because I'm done. Exactly. I don't even want to be involved right now. I'm over it. I'm not even going to comment. I'm not going to problem solve.
You have to do it. I know. Well, I think too, some of it is just some of it's just sibling rivalry on steroids, right?
Oh,
Like
yes.
all the normal things are like crazy madness.
But because they normally used to get a break from each other.
Yes.
And now they're not.
Exactly.
It's like
well, and I
ramping
have
up.
also been, I have been making them write the love is kind, in First Corinthians verse, like over and over again. Like, what is love? We love each other. Love is kind. Love is patient.
As you're losing your patience. And they're like, somebody else needs to be writing.
I know, love holds no record of wrong. Like, I literally am like,
and they're like, do you want to sit down and write this too? Because it sounds like you need it.
I'm like screaming scripture at my kids. Like, literally, for the love, truly the love of God. Police. My kids. But I will say that the other day they were having a moment. So I had them write that scripture, and then I had them write 3 actions that they were going to do today to be kind, to be patient, you know what I mean? Just to like help them think, like, because I remember being a teenager, when you're a teenager, you literally are narcissistic. It is the definition of that phase in life. You are the sun, the world, universe
revolves around you.
Nothing else matters. And if anyone else does anything at all to you, it is, the end of the world. Oh my goodness, yesterday. So they're supposed to be folding clothes, their own clothes, the clothes that they want, like, and wear. So you fold it, you wash it, right? You put it away. Like, you got 2 hands and you have time. Like, I'm not doing laundry. So they're supposed to be putting things away. Now, why on God's green earth my son feels the need to do my daughter's things, I don't know. But either way, he was kind enough to hang something up and ask her where it is. For whatever reason, that was an offense. Because he hung it up wrong, he put it in the wrong place in the closet, and now we're having, girl, I literally started singing an opera. Sometimes you just got to bring goofy crazy to the goofy crazy. I literally was like, oh, your brother has wronged you. That was literally.
That was at the door the other day in the villain thing.
Yes. I have to just be like, make it crazy. No, literally, Keon and I are trying to actually plan out some things because, we have to actually make a plan. And my son, for some reason, hit the door.
Yes.
And it was, again, the
World War III
of the year. And I was just like, oh my goodness, I am so sorry, my child, that you have a brother that is just pure evil. He just is. He is the villain. Exactly. I literally, and she just kind of looked at me like, why would you call my brother that? I'm like, because that's how you responded. Is it him knocking into the door is like,
well, she made it sound like the whole door had come off the hinges.
Totally, exactly. The whole door broke, the whole door followed. So that's why I ended up getting up, like, Lord, the door done broke, because so many things in my house have broken over this period. I'm just saying, I need COVID-19 insurance because everything keeps breaking. All the things the children are breaking. We have gone through a mop. How does a mop handle break? Tell me, how does a mop break? Somebody I have never
use it for something other than mopping.
No, during the mopping process. I don't know. It is so unexplainable. I have had a picture frame just break, shatter, glass everywhere. So many things. I'm telling you, I would like COVID-19 insurance. Anyway, so that's what I have been trying to do, is just bring like the extreme of levity to the situation. And sometimes that just helps them get out of their little funk.
Right.
Because they realize like, oh, wait a minute. I guess it really isn't that.
Yeah. Bad, Yeah. Or they're just so distracted by the fact that you're acting crazy, they forgot why they were mad at each other. They're like, what were we mad about? I don't know, but this is comedy. We're watching her.
I know, like they start looking at like, our mother is really crazy. Like, yes, she is, because you are making her so.
They're all SOS. We need help here.
Exactly. Somebody, our mother just is a symptom of COVID-19, wild, crazy singing. Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yes. It's a symptom of the quarantine.
They're all looking it up. They're like, it's not on the list, but there is something going on here.
Exactly. Totally. Well, and I think the last thing, sometimes our kids are just really having a moment. Like, and
Yeah,
I think it takes some discernment with us mamas to realize the difference between just the regular bickering and when our kids are having an emotional moment. And we've had a couple of those. Obviously, our kids are social. They are missing
that
that
social interaction with
interaction,
their friends.
and that
Even their
is
teachers.
emotional. And their teachers, my kids love some of their teachers. Some of their teachers are like their friends, you know, and they're missing that. And then all the things they are missing. So some of it, our kids really are mourning those end of the year staples, that
Yes.
end of the year trip, that, you know, that assembly that they were supposed to be a part
The
of, that
choir performance at Knott's
contest.
Berry Farm.
Exactly. All of the things that they were looking forward to. And we have to remember that our kids are human.
Yes.
And I think sometimes we forget that, right? Like, we are the ones with all of the stress and the pressure that have to figure out how to feed people, how to keep them safe.
But there's their own level of that too, and we do forget that.
And I
And then
think
my youngest
that's,
is struggling with that because
yes,
he was going to celebrate his birthday this month, and so I would have probably dropped off something for the class.
right.
We were going to have a birthday party because he's turning double digits and all that good
We
stuff,
double digits.
and now all that's gone.
Yeah. No, totally.
And so you have to think about that. And the same thing with these. I don't have a senior, but I even had this conversation with my son because he was a senior this time last year. And I said, wow, could you imagine like your senior
Right.
year just coming to a complete halt? And he says, I would be so mad, Mom. It would just
I
be so
know.
sad. All those milestones that he got to partake in that
You
these kids are
just
not
poof
getting to
and gone.
do.
Well, this is my son's 8th grade year.
And that's a pivotal year.
You know,
It's like
that's
that
a big
milestone.
year, that shift, you know, and there's so many things that happen that help lower the anxiety of going to high school. Um, and that's just isn't going to happen. I have to do that on my own. And I have seen him start to be like, Mom, what about this and what about that? Or even just the choosing of classes and confirming of classes and all
Oh,
those things
yeah.
that are supposed to happen, where the clubs are supposed to come and
But
talk to
just
you and
that,
all
their
that kind of
whole
stuff.
promotion ceremony,
Totally. Promotion,
that's like
the field
a
trip.
rite of passage, right?
Totally. Or field day. 8th grade field day is a huge deal where you get to go and throw water balloons at your teachers and play baseball, right? You do the baseball game with the teachers. I mean, obviously they're little things, but in your mind, you have seen 8th graders be able to participate in that, and now you don't get that. And that's the same thing for
So they're
all of our
struggling with all
graduates.
that stuff, and this whole thing is affecting them in a lot of ways, and we have to remember that too, that this is hard for them. Like, there's all the
Right.
things they were looking forward to this year that they're not going to have. Like, oh wait, are we even going to get our year? One of my children asked me the other day, are they going to mail our yearbooks to us? And I went,
Oh,
oh,
right.
I didn't even think about that.
Well,
And
and
now
did
you
they
can't have
finish getting all the pictures?
no, because they didn't, because I know my daughter's high school, they're asking people to send pictures in. Hey,
Oh,
send pictures, because they didn't get to finish taking, there's people on campus every day taking pictures because it's stuff for yearbook, and now that
right,
can't happen.
right.
So I said, well, gosh, I don't know if they're going to mail it. But here's the other thing is, even if they mail it to you, your friends can't even sign it. Like,
Right, exactly.
that's the sad part. Everybody's gonna be on the first day of school with their yearbook. Say, can you
From
sign my
last
yearbook
year.
from last year? Because I cannot have a blank yearbook.
I know.
How am I
So we
explain this
have
to
to
my kids?
totally.
They're gonna think I didn't have no friends.
Well, I think the thing is we just have to remember that. So we have to watch out when our kids, our behavior is
Right.
because of that emotional place,
Exactly.
and really think about it. Sometimes that bickering isn't just about them getting on each other's nerves, and to help them talk about that. To watch our children for signs of depression. I know a lot of our kids are experiencing that, and just support them, help them talk about it. And I think it's okay for us to even share from a place of vulnerability of what we're missing.
Well,
And I
because
think it's so
sometimes that
easy.
is the
Yeah,
coping mechanism they're using. Is the bickering is a coping mechanism for
right.
their anxiety or feeling of sadness, or
Yes,
not knowing, because we don't know with this whole coronavirus thing. There's a lot of that's unknown. Like
right,
right now, it's like, when are we going to get back to normal? Well, we've kind of heard supposeds of when we're
right.
going to get back to normal, but we
But
don't
nobody
know.
knows. And I think that's the hard thing too for my kids is we normally promise them something and it happens. We
Hmm.
normally are able to say, here are the parameters of life. This is what's going to happen. And I think it's really hard for our kids to even see us be powerless, right? I think most of our kids see us as the ultimate rule in the world, right? Like if you have a faith system, then there's God, but you are that image of what can and can't happen in life.
Yeah, exactly.
And now even you are saying, baby, I don't know.
I don't know.
You know, and we don't say that very often, as far as allowing them what to do, what not to do, what is going to happen. Exactly. And so that's another kind of shakeup of their world that can be exhibited during the referee arguing situation. So mamas, I know we losing our minds with our babies.
We are.
I know we're frustrated with the bickering, and there are a lot of resources that we could use to kind of help that. But I want us to really watch out for those emotional times for our kids, and try to really, even with our itty bitties, you know, you may think like, oh, well, they're just 3 or 4. They realize something is going on and something is different.
Well, especially if they had a routine of preschool or something. Because I saw a friend recently post, and her son was, I think he's a kindergartner, and he's really, really struggling right now because all his social world was his kindergarten class. And now he's not able to see his teacher and his friends. And so they are going to feel it in different ways. And we just need to be cognizant of that. And we need to be aware of that and notice it and find a way to help them cope.
Right. Well, I think the biggest thing is talking about it. Like, let's not ignore it. Let's share our own experiences. You know, when we hear other people sharing something that's a commonality, it's some of the reason that we started this platform is so that mamas don't feel alone. Well, you sharing your little things that you're sad about and missing, and your own worry in obviously an age appropriate way, can help your children feel a camaraderie, that they are not alone, that they are not, you know, weird or crazy, and that is something that they don't have to hide, right? Like, that's some of the beauty of being a mom, is that you get to be that rock for your baby. And I think it's so easy for us to just want to paint everything with a colored, you know, pane of glass, and we're just going to be active, and we're just going to bake bread, and we're just going to paint. And those are great ways to keep our kids busy, for sure. I'm not knocking that at all. But we also should just really have moments of honesty with our little ones to help them learn that sometimes being sad happens, sometimes disappointments happen, and that it is okay.
Right.
To help them learn to emote.
Everybody's dealing with it, because it's just, this is something we have never, ever experienced.
Not this generation of people.
Not this generation. So this is going to be something too. How we cope with it and help them cope with it is it's gonna shape how they remember this time as well.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, mamas, we love you so much. We know you guys are all experiencing the referee, COVID-19 referee upgrade. We all got that
Get your
new
whistles.
badge.
Get your whistles. Get your whistles. I'm gonna go find a whistle, because my husband used to coach. I know there's a whistle around here.
There's a whistle in the house, girl.
I'm gonna start blowing a whistle every time people start fighting. I'm just gonna blow a whistle.
I love it. I wish I knew how to whistle. I whistle.
Yeah, I have a friend that can do the whole, and I'm like,
I know, I can't do that either. Maybe, you know what? I bet you I could find a stick in the yard and go old school and drill it out.
You gonna whittle you a whistle?
I'm gonna whittle a whistle. Listen,
girl, just order one on Amazon. Do not whittle a whistle. She gonna whittle a whistle out of, girl, just go on Amazon and order one. I'm gonna send one to you, girl.
All right, we love you, mamas. Thank you so much for listening. Ladies. Hang in there.
We got your back.
Breaths. Absolutely.
And count to 10.
Maybe 20.
Maybe 100.